know this is a really weird topic to choose for my actual first uh, video that isn't a response to somebody else or like an introduction or anything like that. It's kind of a strange topic, but it's really been affecting me quite a bit lately. Kind of a pretty straightforward topic. A somber one. Those who know me, and I've talked to you on the web somewhere, know that my 10-year class reunion is coming up this August. And yeah, I got the notifications in my Facebook last week. And it really kind of started to affect me from there. I started thinking, hey, 10-year class reunion, this could be fun. You know, hell, a couple of years into my transition, I was like, yeah, class reunion, I'll be able to freak some fucking people out. That'd be nice. Yeah, not so much. That's the good parts, but the bad part is that, you know, for starters, most of the people I graduated with are Mormons. And for those of you who are familiar with the Mormons and their culture, they're not exactly very accepting of people who are even the slightest bit different. I mean, going from the frying pan to the fire, as it were, because it's gonna be quite interesting. And I'm kind of dreading that quite a bit. My surname is not my given surname. I actually adopted it because I was really, really taken, and I treasure my German heritage. I mean, so much so that, yeah, I went for a name that was German. You know, Krieger translates into warrior, which is what we have to be as trans people. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. The catch-22 of this is when I was in junior high, there was a bit of a conspiracy going on. There was a girl, Regina, who I did not intend to name myself after, nor glorify the horrific events I'm about to lay before you in any way, shape, or form. The hearsay is that she went on a date with a guy who happened to be one of the good old boys because his father owned a car dealership in town. And she went out with this guy, and if I'm remembering correctly, according to the official coroner's report, she was raped and then brutally murdered and dumped in the Snake River. It's not something we like to talk about at all. As one would figure with the good old boys mentality, the guy went scot-free because he was a star football player and he had this whole life ahead of him and everything like that. So he basically got away with it. It's a really, really bad sore on the sides of a lot of people. One of my brother's friends, who is our neighbor and the brother of our babysitter for my baby sister for a long time, actually confronted me on MySpace about this issue. And he was very much upset. But, I mean, when I adopted the surname, I had no intention of this. but it's liable to open up some old wounds. And I'm a little bit apprehensive about that. Maybe a little more than a little bit apprehensive. But on top of all of that, I mean, it's been 10 years. 10 years. I'm 28 years old. What have I got to show for my life? I mean, what you see behind me, this is a friend's house. The computer and the webcam that I'm using to record and therefore download this video to YouTube isn't mine. It's hers. I have the clothes on my back and a few precious possessions, and that's it. I don't have a roof over my head. I don't have a car. I don't have a job. I have no income. I have no health insurance. Many are actually surprised to find out that I've been in transition for 7 years now. On and off hormones the whole time. I have basic physical development of a 13-year-old girl, which comes with it all of the self-consciousness. All of it. Be lucky I'm even on film. It makes me go back to that because I'm constantly comparing myself to other girls here on YouTube. I mean, there's one girl who her first video, she hadn't even taken hormones yet. Hadn't even taken the first steps of her transition. She uploaded her first YouTube video the day before I moved to Seattle. The day before. 2 years later, you'd never guess that she was born male. Not for a second. Me? There's obvious ways to tell. Obvious. I mean, I can't afford laser. This? Really fucking good makeup. That and the fact that, you know, reckless abandon. When I graduated high school, the first thing on my mind was get the fuck out of Burley, Idaho. I originally thought that my destiny was in San Francisco. Didn't exactly work out that way. In order to be safe, I went to Missouri with family. Well, that was a bad idea. Because one of them's pretty devout Mormon, and the sister of my stepfather started this whole spiral of failure and disappointment at almost every turn. And when I left Idaho, I left some very, very good friends of mine behind. People I used to be able to tell you what their favorite food was. I don't even know what they like to do in their spare time anymore. And these are good friends that I was able to get in touch with for a little while when I was back in Idaho for a brief stint. I don't know them anymore. It really, really got to me, and I really don't know what I'm gonna do about it. I have no clue. I am so lost, so confused, and really, honestly, so heartbroken that I allowed these things to happen. Allowed myself to disconnect from those people that I've known for a very long time and loved the most. So I guess, you know, kind of the point of this video is, I don't know, I'm sorry. I mean, I love you guys dearly. I don't know who you are anymore. You don't know who I am anymore. And it hurts that there's not really much I can do about it.